Alright, so I am installing the auto right now. I'm just going to go through it. I haven't read any of the instructions yet. I'm going to walk through it, see how easy it is. Alright, so we have our case, this guy. We have our mount. And we have our instructions. We're going to see how good these instructions are. Alrighty. So it looks like the first thing that we want to do is take care of the mounting bracket, and then so looks like we use the this guy. We'll put these guys on. So I'll probably speed up a lot of this because it'll be redundant. Just putting on all the, comes with these guys right here. So because I'm going to be pushing in the bracket to the ground, I screw these into the bottom of the auto like that, and then I can just push it in. Hand tightens really nice. Haven't had to grab a tool yet. So I'm not sure exactly where to put my auto yet for maximum coverage, but I'm just going to install it in a spot today. And then if I need to move it later, I'll move it. Alrighty. Needs at least 3 hours of sun. This is the front of my house. It's facing west, so in the morning it gets about 3 to 4 hours worth of sun. So should suffice. So I'm going to put it right here for now. Move some of my landscaping over. Actually, you know what? I'll just put it a little farther away. How about that? I don't have to worry about the landscaping. Alright. So we want to make sure that this is in really solid. It says to grab a brick or something along those lines. Interesting enough, it already started charging. The solar panel did. So that's awesome. Looks like, yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna put it in, see how easy it goes in. That was extremely easy. All right. So next, we want to hook up all the hose. So this is where I actually had to go out and buy separate things. Kind of wish the auto came with a lot of this stuff, but I don't know. So I went and got a hose breaker vacuum. So what it does is it prevents backflow. Some houses come with it, some houses don't. What this will do is when I put fertilizer or some sort of thing inside the auto, it will prevent it from going back into my water system. So that's extremely good. Don't want any. So a lot of this stuff also is hand tight. So that's nice. The other thing I had to buy was a splitter, because I want to be able to use my other hose when I want. And so putting on a splitter necessary. And I just hooked that right into the backflow breaker. All right, and it has the two knobs on it, so I don't have to worry about that. The other thing I had to buy was a hose. I do wish it came with a hose. I feel like that would be a valuable add. Like a 15-footer or something. This was 15 foot. Got it at Lowe's for like 12 bucks. So not too bad, but still had to make that extra trip. Make sure it has a rubber washer. The way you don't have leaks. Especially because when it's not on, the pressure will still be there for it. So once I have all these things hooked up, I can then hook it up to the auto, which in this case, probably should have done it on the other side because the hose bib for it is on this side. It is what it is at this point. Just connecting it up. All right. So that is the physical installation. Right now I'm not going to put any of the fertilizer stuff in it while I do the calibration. Gotta figure out how to do screen share. So all in all, super easy. Do wish it came with a few parts to add to it. I had to make a trip. I knew I was going to need these parts, and I had already done the unboxing in my previous video, so I knew it didn't come with them. So just things that you need. Anyway. All right, so first you got to go to the app store, go to the otolawn app, install it. It'll ask you to sign in. You can also create a new account. It's at the bottom. There's a little thing that says create a new account. Once you have the account made, you add the device. It takes you through these steps that we just went through. These are actually the exact same steps that we just went through for the physical installation. Then you'll switch this Bluetooth on, and you'll pair your auto to the app. So first you pair it, you find the device, then you name it. Mine happens to be in the front yard, so I named it actually after the example. In order to go to the next step, you actually have to click out of the name your auto field, and then it allows you to actually set up the Wi-Fi for the device. So you see I tried to click next, but it didn't work. So then you set up the Wi-Fi, connect to it. Once you're connected, you then can configure the zones for that specific auto. In this case, the first zone that I'm making is just grass, so just the grass part of my front yard. I have other parts that I'll probably configure later. And then we set the boundaries. So Polygon allows you to do a full custom. So you can set as many points as you want. This is just talking about the various things about increasing and decreasing the stream and rotating the auto left and right. So you see I'm setting these points. They're connecting to one another to create the polygon. I just ran into the maximum distance. Good thing to remember when you're setting it up. or when you're putting it in a place, make sure that it can reach everywhere in a particular zone. So I'm setting up all these. As you can see, the front yard is oddly shaped. And so I'm going through and setting up. You can remove points as well as you're going through, which is really nice. So both clear and remove points. As you see, there's a lot of clicking on rotations and decreasing and increasing the stream. I think this part took me about 20 minutes. This is the longest part of everything. The more regular shaped your yard is, the easier and the less time consuming it will be. I also, towards the end, I figured out a couple things. You don't actually have to do super stringent points. You can make more broad points, and it kind of fills in the gap for you. So then you save it, closes it all together. You set that boundary, walks you through. It has the weekly watering schedule, the time. You can manually apply water whenever. These are the different solutions that you can add, including like fertilizer, anything like that. Configuring your watering. This is for the actual automated part. And then the applying water also has one that you can do for that. To set the time, you actually have to edit schedule, which was a little confusing at first, but made sense. So I set it for 2 a.m. Then I set the wind so that it'll skip wind. It'll skip it if the wind's above 15 kilometers an hour. I don't know if there's a setting. I haven't played with it too much to change it to miles per hour, but that would be nice. This is the demo part of it. So it'll just go through and you can kind of see where your zone is.
So I just set it up. I went through. It takes a while to calibrate. So this is showing to see if the calibration is right. So it looks like what it does, didn't know this until just now, is it does an arc and keeps doing the arc as long as it can before needing to adjust. And as it goes, it adjusts the amount of water or the pressure of the water that's being spewed out.